Hi, welcome to week 6 in the series In the Waiting Room. As you can tell, I'm in a different location. I don't normally have a palm tree on a wall behind me. That is because I got on a plane this morning and flew to Miami Beach, Florida with my husband. He's on business and I get to come have a little fun. I love doing these kind of things. I guess it's the joy of being an empty nester now. But I'm going to be sitting poolside and walking the beach and just having a great time, relaxing. Tim is going to join me on Wednesday, and we're going to spend the rest of the week just having fun together. It's in honor of our 30th wedding anniversary that we are spending a few extra days taking off and enjoying some relaxation, some sunshine. I was really in hopes of getting outside today, either down by the ocean or the pool. We have this gorgeous view out the 18th floor of our hotel overlooking the water, and it's calling me out there. I can tell you that. I just love it outside. I love summer weather, but the wind is really strong today. The Hurricane Sandy has left this area. It's sunny and 82, but it's quite windy, and I knew that if I tried to do this outside, you could not hear me through the speakers. It would just pick up nothing but wind. And I am having a little difficulty with my speakers. I noticed last week that it didn't come out as clear as I wanted it to, and there was nothing I could do to fix that. And as I've tested a little bit today, I'm still having a little bit of difficulty, so I am going to speak up a little bit louder, and hopefully that will help you. And when I get back in town next week, I'll be able to work on the speakers just a little bit and see if I can't come to the bottom of why the change. So let's get started. I love the Psalm again, and I think I say this every week that I love these Psalms, but I think I love the most digging into them and just finding a treasure in each one that I study. Psalms 22 is what we're going to do this week, and I want you to get your Bible out, and I want to make some notes with you as we talk about this chapter that you're going to read this week. The first thing I want you to notice is verse 1 and 2, and in that passage, David's heart is just so discouraged, and I can relate to that. I've been there. And then you see a change that happens in his wording till we get down to verse 12. And from 12 to 18 again, we have more of his heart's cry, his discouragement, and kind of feeling, I think, that he was at the end of his ropes. What I noticed as I studied this passage is that he was first very real with his emotions. You can't hide anything from God. He knows a thought before we're even going to think it. But David just poured his heart out to God. But instead of staying in that discouraging thought pattern, each time as you notice these verses, David does an intentional, transitional thinking where he just starts praising God for who he is. And I want for us to kind of talk about that this coming week on Tuesdays and Thursday when I send you the notes. That's kind of the focus that I'm going to be taking, is this intentional transitional thinking that David did. And I think it's just a wonderful example for each of us to be able to follow ourselves. During times of waiting, during times of discouragement, I really know firsthand, and I think that you're going to be nodding your head with me on this, that it is so easy to get in that thought pattern where you begin to think about the negative circumstances that you're going through, or the wait that you're in and how long it is. And when we focus on that, it is so easy to let our emotions begin to drive our thinking. And when we allow our emotions to be in that driver's seat, it can be literally a road wreck about ready to happen. It can take us down the wrong path. We get off the road actually and take a wrong road. And before we know it, we are just really quite deep in a pit. So I want to talk about that this week, about what we can do when we need to pour out our heart's cry to God, how we can do that, but not stay there, but intentionally transition that thinking back to where our emotions can be at peace again, and where we can settle for ourselves in the thought process that we need to be in, and that is focused on honoring God in our mind. I want us to learn how to take a proper perspective of these things. So Tuesday and Thursday, those notes are going to come to you as normal. I've got them already loaded up and ready to send out to you. Thursday is going to be a little bit more of a deeper challenge, and I'll talk to you about that on Thursday when you get it, that I'm going to ask you to take this thought transitional thinking pattern one step deeper into a wee bit harder assignment. But I really think that it is an assignment we all need to remind ourselves of, and it is an assignment that I think that no matter where you're at in your waiting process, it's going to help you to really change the way you think. It's going to return perhaps some joy back into your life. It's going to bring some peace back in as you invite God's presence through praise into your situation. I can't wait to bring those notes to you. I've had to learn them already. I've been learning them, and Thursday's challenge is a little bit hard. I am going to be praying for you this week because I know the lesson that is coming on Tuesdays and Thursdays is not an easy one to start doing habitually and intentionally day in, day out in your walk with your relationship with Christ. So I'm going to be praying for you. Feel free to leave me comments. In fact, I want to hear them. They, again, bless my heart and encourage me. I would ask that you pray for me this week. I am not only going to be working ahead in some studies that we've got coming till the end of this year, but I'm also going to start putting together some notes for our January study. I'm not going to share with you what that is going to be yet. I know what it is, and I am really excited about it, but I want to put together some more work on it. I'm also going to be working on a women's conference that I'm going to be doing later in the spring called An Intentional Heart. And this was where I shared so much of how God transitioned and transformed my heart as I went through different stages in my spiritual walk with God. So even though I am going to take some time resting, it is really in these moments that I get to really think and pray, and God writes a lot through me during these things. So I would appreciate your prayers. We're looking forward, Tim and I, to a really exciting week. So dig into Psalms 22 this week. Watch again how he pours his heart out to God, and watch how he transitions his thinking and how he does that, what he says. And when I bring you notes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to challenge you to do the same thing. Have a great, graceful week. Bye-bye.